Oh boy, this is going to be an interesting one. This is going to be a controversial because uh, I probably know that Dana White was confirmed that UFC to stage a 4th of July in 2026 fight at the, you guessed it, the White House. Was basically the is the Donald Trump was heading in White House become since the second term president. And I gotta say, this is the dumbest decision in my entire life. And whenever I did a video about the thoughts about UFC sign and Paramount Skydance sign with a 7-year deal with with UFC with between on CBS and Paramount Plus. Well, if you believe in the comment section that people Donald Trump likes UFC and especially David White, so this is pretty much not happening, and myself included. And I think this is could be a dumbest decision. You should take a place in the stadium in sports, like the WWE. But unfortunately, it was on the White House lawn. That made no sense. What the heck? Okay, here's an article for Deadline. Dana White, UFC chief and friend of Donald Trump, confirmed that a mixed martial arts giant is planning to fight on White House lawn next 4th of July. Well, it's next year in 2026. And while Trump has reappeared to help with the details. It's, definitely going to happen. White told CBS News on Thursday he spoke with the president Monday night. He said, and he had plans to meet with Donald and Ivanka at the end of the month to finalize plans to renew venues Randy. Um, when he called me and asked me to do it, he said, "I want Ivanka to the middle of this." White said. So Ivanka reached out to me, and I was started talking about the possibilities. The event, which regularly fills stadiums and arena, will be likely need to be scaled down, and this is gonna be different. Like 4th of July, this year's 4th of July event that was disappointment, and this is might be this awkward event. That's pretty much the dumbest thing. I just like wow. That's I think that Donald Trump pretty much the become the most hated president of all time again for the second term. So this is pretty much this is what happened in the White House long, and yeah, this is pretty much becoming the most awkward sport event in history. Yeah, unlike WWE when Brock Lesnar was returning, that came a week ago when he faced up with John Cena, and this is part of the farewell event. But it is still the show. But this did not. This is a this is a woman stadium WSC. This is a WFC. That make no sense. This is SCSU. That made no sense. I didn't say the last two words because YouTube didn't say that loud curse words, but yeah, and especially the AIH versatility for whatever the heck this is. I'm probably not allowed to say, but anyway, White said it's too early to the name persuade fighters. Um, and then wait. Okay, continue. His comments following the major USC rights deal with Paramount announced yesterday, days after under the new Skydance leadership clinching the merger and assuming control of the media giant. The 7-year mostly streaming deal is out over the average of $1.1 billion annually, and we make fights free for Paramount Plus subscribers, replacing with the previous pay-per-view model, ESPN, and select events will be summarized on the Paramount-owned CBS, or is a CBS Sports, if you call that. And White said USC will continue hosting pay-per-view events, including ESPN, that was owned by Disney. And since Disney bought the Fox assets in 20th Century Fox assets, and the rights were handled to Fox Sports to Disney, and now on under through ESPN, and then expired to went back to Paramount. It began the next year. As streamers have been increased turning the live sport to lock in viewers as per NBC Universal's recent rich NBA deal rights. Live sports you have to watch live. You have to tune in. It is destination watch it. Sports are the big deal to the streaming service. So I agree. That's pretty much described as a streaming service that Paramount gave 7-year rights to streaming on Paramount Plus and especially on CBS for the CBS sports programming. But in other words, I am so disappointed because UFC will be on the 4th of July next year, was going to be sucked at White House because I don't trust Donald Trump. I'm not a Trump supporter. Dana White was a Trump supporter, and I agree. He is pretty much Donald Trump is a huge UFC fan, and I get it. I am look. I'm a WWE fan, and don't know because I'm not a fan of UFC. It's mostly like, oh, I've seen the martial arts stuff. Like, yeah, you see on Spike TV. Well, Prison Enough was owned by Viacom, but later in the first with the Viacom CBS and then later Paramount Global and now Paramount Skydance Corporation. But still, you haven't airing between 2005 and 2011 had UFC programming, mostly in the Ultimate Fighter reality program. So that's really become a popular that UFC gained a rights popularity. But unfortunately, Paramount same thing with because of the Paramount had to do with the airing of UFC live events on Paramount Plus, but unfortunately, this could be on Paramount Plus and CBS too because of the White House law. That made no sense. I call BS for that. I don't trust Donald Trump and especially UFC was pretty much the disappointment. So I skipped this 4th of July next year fight at the White House. It's on UFC, but I need to watch WWE instead. So yeah, that's a talk about. And I don't trust, and especially her wife Ivanka. I'm sorry, I'm not invite that this thing because who cares? I don't care. So to all the UFC fans, don't watch this. Watch WWE instead, or on Netflix, or maybe on the ESPN, was owned by Disney, but recently gone acquired the pay TV rights. But still, so yeah, I don't support this, and especially we can watch on UFC, except for this on Paramount Plus and CBS. So don't watch this. So that's a video for today. Please don't watch this Brahman, and you can watch the USC Brahman on Paramount Plus, or watch WWE Brahman on Netflix, or even on ESPN, which coming next year. So anyway, thank you for watching, and screw Donald Trump.